Okay, so should we start or should we wait? By the way, all right. Thank you very much, dear students, for joining me today's session. My name is Hameed, and on behalf of Institute of Freelancing and Peer Finishing School, I welcome you all. By the way, every Saturday is just the recap of our previous sessions. Is there anyone who can confirm me what we have discussed in our previous four classes so far? And should we need to recap again, or everything is in your mind? So I would like to start first. I would request Minahil to unmute herself because she is one of my very prominent student from a very old session. Can you hear me, Minahil?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So Minahil, you were not in the yesterday session. First, I think ये तो मुझे confirm है because I was calling you and you were not present at that time. ऐसे ही है?
Yes, sir, I wasn't here. Yes.
Okay. Anyway, so
जी जी
any
sir.
idea that what we have discussed so far?
Yes, sir, हमने ब्रांडिंग के बारे में डिस्कस किया लास्ट वीक में, फिर हमने फैशन डिजाइनर्स के बारे में पढ़ा जो कि पाकिस्तान के हैं और जो कि इंटरनेशनल है, और फैब्रिक्स के बारे में आपने कल क्लास दी थी.
Correct. 100%. बिल्कुल सही कहा आपने. और इसके अलावा
Can you hear me?
fabrics was the very important session जो
बस
हमने
आपने हम
yesterday किया था.
जी
Fabrics.
सर.
Yes. And आज उसी context से is a very small जो topic that was actually the remaining part, and that was the types of fabrics. Because yesterday हम discuss करते करते यहाँ पे आके we have stopped कि ये सारा का सारा process चल कैसे रहा होता है. But at the same time, you must have to understand in the short terms that what are the fabric types. लेकिन ये भी साथ साथ पैरेलल में हम स्टडी करते रहेंगे और उसके साथ साथ डिफरेंट अपने ब्रांड्स और अपने उन चीज़ों के मुतालिक भी डिस्कस करते रहेंगे. नाहिल, वुड यू एडवाइस कि मैं फोटोशॉप वाली क्लासेस इनसे शेयर कर दूं स्टूडेंट से, सो दैट के ये अपने स्पेशली स्टेशनरी या इस तरह की अगर कोई चीज़ डिज़ाइन करना चाहते हैं तो दे शुड जस्ट फ्री में वो सारी जाके सेशंस लें एंड स्टार्ट क्रिएटिंग योर ओन ब्रांड्स.
यस सर, आई विल रिकमेंड बिकॉज हमने बहुत कुछ सीखा है फोटोशॉप में, बहुत कुछ हमें आइडिया ही नहीं था, हमने वो सब कुछ भी सीखा है, तो आपको इनको पास ऑन कर देनी चाहिए.
Perfect. So what I'll do is after completion of this today's session, I'll be sharing plenty of videos to all of you. Especially Miss Javerias from our previous class, जो कि graphic design से थी, so she must be knowing the importance of the Photoshop. As we do not have intent to actually explain this Photoshop to you in these classes, लेकिन we are mainly intent कि आपको ये basic चीज़ें कुछ हद तक idea है, and that's why we are starting from that step से one step ahead. सो आई वुड लाइक कि आप अगर साथ साथ थोड़ा थोड़ा रिग्रेस अपना प्रैक्टिस करती रहेंगी ऑफ दिस फोटोशॉप एंड दिस बेसिक टूल्स, तो हम उससे थोड़े से एडवांस लेवल के ऊपर मूव कर जाएंगे. हाउ टू क्रिएट द पैटर्न्स, हाउ टू क्रिएट द पैटर्न मेकिंग्स, एंड हाउ टू क्रिएट डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ क्लॉथ टाइप्स एंड थिंग्स लाइक दैट. लेकिन उस सारी चीज़ों से पहले, my dear students, it is very very important for all of you to basically understand the basic things first. As yesterday we discussed about the fabrics, and today we are going to discuss the fabric types. So is there anyone who can just guide me किस तरह के fabric types you like, or what's your preference in this case? I would like to start with Minahil and Ms. Javeria. You can either send me in the chat box
Assalamu
or
alaikum, sir.
yes, walaikum assalam rahmatullah.
Sir, I like cotton
Perfect.
the
Perfect.
most.
Very right.
Yes.
And there must be a reason you like
Cotton and silk, pure silk.
and silk.
Yes, pure silk,
Pure
not
silk.
the artificial one.
So that means you have 100% idea that what we are going to discuss today and what is the importance of these clothes. अच्छा, अब आपने अगर ये चूज किया तो there must have been some reason for this. And would you like to tell everyone that what is the reason of opting silk as your fabric cloth types?
एक्चुअली सर सिल्क पार्टी वेयर के लिए बहुत अच्छा, बहुत कंफर्टेबल है और बहुत
Comfortable.
लाइट वेट. दैट्स व्हाई आई लाइक इट मोस्ट.
Absolutely, you will feel more comfortable while wearing these kind of clothes. And when it comes to, let's suppose ma'am, if I ask you कि अगर आप अपने husband के लिए, like for example male category के लिए अगर आप कोई choose करना चाहें कोई type of dress, so that is quite obvious, वो ये तो नहीं होगा, so what that would be?
Sir, cotton, pure
Okay.
cotton, and this a little bit of mixed cloth which comes with cotton and nylon type of a fabric comes. That because it is very easy to maintain and it is very easy to press also.
Absolutely, and easy to wash and wear that sort of clothes.
Yes, sir.
And do you have any idea, माशाल्लाह you are very well experienced in this, so मैं जिस तरीके से चलाना चाह रहा था you are 100% going with that in those lines. So I would request कि आप छोटा सा एक मुझे आंसर और दे दें. What do you think इनमें से most expensive men wear cloth कौन सा है? Expensive.
सर जो प्योर कॉटन आता है, जो
Okay.
क्वालिटी का जिसमें शाइन वगैरह होती है, वो भी काफी एक्सपेंसिव आता है.
Okay. And by the way, what if I ask you to pure wool?
Pure wool in sweaters, you are asking,
No, in
or
suitings
the
also,
cloth
like for example, pant and shirt,
suiting?
pant and coats अगर आप लें,
जी
that,
जी.
that is also a fabric type. लेकिन are you agreed upon this point कि
एक्चुअली
that
सर प्योर वूल जो होता है ना, उसको सर एक्चुअली जो प्योर वूल होता है ना, उसमें वो जो कीड़ा लग जाता है वो बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है. और
100%?
वो मेरे हस्बैंड के थे इस कुछ स्वेटर जो प्योर वूल के थे और वो सब खराब हो गए थे. अगर
No,
आप
no,
उसकी
no.
सही से
That
केयर
is
ना करें ना
no, no,
तो.
no, no. That is something which is actually that has unfortunately happened with you, and this happened because of multiple reasons. लेकिन इसमें फैब्रिक बेचारे का तो कोई कसूर नहीं है ना.
नहीं सर, फैब्रिक तो बहुत अच्छा होता है और
Okay.
गर्म भी बहुत होता है.
वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग, वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग, माशाल्लाह. मजा आ रहा है ये डिस्कशन करके ना. दीज काइंड ऑफ प्रोडक्टिव डिस्कशंस, these are very helpful for every student who actually is with us. And today, my dear students, we that's the topic we are going to start today. What are those fabric basic types? And the recording is on, and your recording inshallah after the session will be shared. And by the way, what are those basic types? This is called wool, the number one. Wool is feels a bit hairy, is warm and pressed well, is usually more expensive a fabric and may need dry cleaning. It's warm and makes quality cloths. Wool cloths often requires linen since the raw wool may feel itchy against skin. Let me hold on here for a second, because as being fashion designer, being these kind of is field में रहते हुए, you must have to understand the basic things first, that why it is important. Because tomorrow when you start your own business या आप अपनी लाइन को चूज करेंगे, so what would be the exact choice जो कि आपके सामने, that is very very important for you to at least understanding जरूर. For men wear, the best choice is wool, lekin pros and cons are right there, so you must have to keep that in mind. If you are looking for something quality cloth, wool is number one. But uske saath there is a problem. The problem is that this kind of fabric is usually कुछ लोगों को पसंद आता है, but sometimes it happens कि बहुत ज़्यादा लोगों को ये पसंद नहीं भी आता, because of its texture, because of its hairy type, correct? So that is the number one type. Okay, and by the way, if you are interested to buy these type of wools from Pakistan, there are so many companies which are either in Karachi, Lahore and Faisalabad. And मैंने just उसमें से तीन चार के साथ तीन चार का business contact addresses आपके साथ share कर दिए. You can go through these emails, and if you are interested to buy anything in bulk from them, so these are the best websites, these are the best companies जिनको जाके you can contact and you can buy from them. Okay जी, the next is cotton. As you all know, cotton all time favorite, and that feels crispy and sturdy, can be both knit or woven, doesn't drop as well as wool or viscose. Crease easily, makes great everyday cloth, and it is easy to care for. Cotton shrinks, so always wash it before use. Sometime elastane is added into the cotton to make the fabric more stretchy, राइट. सो चाहे वो मैन कॉटन वियर हो, चाहे फीमेल कॉटन वियर हो, दैट इज टू सम एक्सटेंट थोड़ा थोड़ा वो स्ट्रेची होता है. एंड उसकी रीज़न ये होती है कि उसके अंदर जो फैब्रिक के अंदर जो मिक्सचर लगाया जाता है उसके अंदर दे एड सम एलिमेंट, एंड दैट इज कॉल्ड इलेस्टाइन. इलेस्टेन इलास्टेन क्या करता है, उसमें इलास्टिसिटी थोड़ी सी एड ऑन कर देता है, जिसकी वजह से यू फील a lot more comfortable while sitting, standing, even जो जो स्पेशली स्पोर्ट्स वियर हैं. स्पोर्ट्स वियर में जब स्पोर्ट्समैन एक्चुअली वो वियर करके जब उसके साथ कुछ एक्सरसाइज या गेम्स कर रहे होते हैं, दे फील अ लॉट मोर कंफर्टेबल बिकॉज वो स्ट्रेच हो जाता है. ठीक है. सो बिल्कुल ऐसे ही जैसे आप कॉमन वियर में आप आ जाएं, फॉर एग्जांपल जिस तरह की ये प्रिंटेड शर्ट्स इस टाइम आपके सामने कुछ नजर आ रही हैं, फीमेल आल्सो लाइक्स इट as well as the main. In both the cases, this that is the best choice. Okay, Pakistan mein, if you're interested to buy these in the bulk quantity, these are the links of all those industries. आप इनसे जाके किसी से भी ये purchase कर सकते हैं into the bulk quantity. Otherwise, you're interested as yesterday's lesson की base पे जिस तरह मैंने आपको बताया था, you bought it from the market इन बड़े वाले एरिया में, और उसके बाद आप उसे अपने जो आपकी अपनी प्रोडक्ट लाइन है उसके हिसाब से अगर आप उसको फैशन डिज़ाइन के हिसाब से कटिंग करवा के और उसके ऊपर अपने डिज़ाइन के हिसाब से सारा कुछ करना चाहते हैं, तो आपको इन बड़ी ह्यूज इंडस्ट्रीज के पास जाने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. बट अ सिचुएशन कम्स कि जब आपने लेट सपोज यहाँ से कॉटन एक्सपोर्ट करनी है टू मिडल ईस्ट, टू मिस जवेरिया, या आप में से कोई बंदा भी अगर उस लेवल के ऊपर इंटरेस्टेड है, सो दीज आर द ऑप्शंस व्हिच यू हैव राइट नाउ. आप इन फैक्ट्री से कपड़ा परचेस कर सकते हैं. Then is the linen. No need to tell you, feels rustic and creases very easily. Grabs better than cotton, but worse than viscose. Okay, makes nice summer garments, can stand high temperature ironing, but is much easier to iron when wet. If you want your cloth to stay wrinkle free, forget using linen. Correct. So linen is somewhat as a bit different type, लेकिन it is very very important for my dear students to remember this as very important type. And these are the addresses if you're interested to buy in the bulk from the companies. Then is the silk. As everyone knows, silk feels warm and luxurious kind of cloth and has a clear sheen on it. Sometimes silk satin is hard to separate from polyester satin, but silk doesn't feel as cold as polyester, and it is more expensive, often requires dry cleaning or at least hand washing. And again, these are just the huge company addresses. The Silkova is a company, is a factory in Gujranwala. They are producing in a bulk quantity. अगर आप चाहते हैं तो वहाँ से purchase कर सकते हैं. Polyester is another strand is line just जो usually हम लोग wear करते हैं और बहुत prefer करते हैं. It comes in very different kinds of styles, from jerseys to suitings, can withstand wear and washing very well, and is crease resistant, not as warm as natural fibers, and may feel sweaty when the weather is hot. Means hot weather ka ye polyester is not the suitable address. Polyester suitings makes nice trousers and shirts, and polyester makes pretty blouses and things like this. ठीक है ना जी. So these are the company addresses जिनसे जाके आप purchase कर सकते हैं. Viscose is the next one. Viscose is somewhere between natural and man-made fabrics. In दोनों के combination से it is a kind of mid-line range which actually starts. Since it is made out of wood with chemical process, it is not as breathable as cotton or wool, but it drapes beautiful. Viscose tends to shift, and cutting it on grain and may be challenging and things like this. ये बड़ी basic information है, and along with company addresses from Karachi जो कि इसमें deal करती हैं. Crepe is another very fine fabric, is made out of highly twisted yarn that results in a pebble surface, and in which it is hard to see the weave and the weft. Crepes come in different thicknesses, but the common thing to all of them is the drap. Crepe suits for the draped dresses, blouse dresses, and skirts. यूजुअली हमारे इस एरिया में इस तरह की ये नहीं होती. ये यूजुअली यूरोप एंड अमेरिका में इस तरह का बहुत ज़्यादा ये गारमेंट लाइन चलती है जहाँ पे फीमेल वेयर्स या स्कर्ट्स और इस तरह की चीज़ें इससे बहुत ज़्यादा बनती हैं. Jersey is another very important common in Pakistan as well. The jersey is not a type of fiber, but way the fabric is made out of yarn. Jersey is knitted, while most of the fabrics are woven. The interpolated stitches makes jersey fabric stretchy and comfortable. However, the properties of the jersey fabrics greatly depend on the fiber content. Cotton jersey is crisp and less drapey than viscose. So this is another very important line और आपको ये पता होनी चाहिए. Then there is very well known Shafun. Shafun is a sheer and lightweight fiber type. It can be used for scarves, shears, blouses, and line dresses. Shafun can be difficult to work. ज़ाहिर ऑफ कोर्स जब ये मशीन पे आती है तो इट्स अ काइंड ऑफ स्लिपरी काइंड ऑफ वो इसका फैब्रिक होता है, जिसकी वजह से इसकी लाइन स्ट्रेट कटिंग में भी ये प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट करती है, और सीइंग में भी ये प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट करती है, बिकॉज ये स्ट्रैप नहीं रहती, ये स्लिप करती रहती है. ठीक है ना. शिफून स्टैंड्स टू शिफ्ट व्हेन कटिंग, मेकिंग इट डिफिकल्ट टू कट पीसेस ऑन ग्रेन्स, एंड इट्स फ्रेज वेरी इजीली. Okay, जी, these are the company addresses. Then उसके बाद lawn, as you all know, lawn is a very fine fabric that is made out of high trend count yarn. It is very smooth and silky and makes lovely shirts and summer dresses. Many women's summer pajamas are also made out of lawn. Light colored lawns are a bit shears to, so you should be prepared to line them. Correct. So is a company in the Karachi by the name of Asim Jofa, and that's the address जिनके साथ जाके आप share कर सकते हैं. I just want to pause here for a second. There is another very important second